They locked him below the church, where the rats didn't run anymore. They learned better. That was the first thing the boy noticed. Not the cold, not the stink, but the silence. A silence so thick it felt bruised, like it had been beaten into the walls over centuries. A silence you could chew. They said it was just one night. A night to think. A night to remember who's in charge. That's what the constable spat before slamming the door, boots already turning back to the warm fire upstairs. The boy didn't argue. No one argued once the torchlight disappeared behind the iron door. He was 17, son of a stable hand. Knew how to shoe a mule, fix a wagon wheel, milk a goat, but not this. Not this pit. Not this air that clung to his lungs like it wanted to take something from him. The stone under his feet was wet, but not from rain. It hadn't rained in days. This was a different kind of wet. Warm, breathing, almost alive, and thick. Thick with centuries of things that had gone wrong. His name was Ellis. But in the dark, names didn't matter. No one had spoken his name since they dragged him from the baker's alley, after that girl didn't come home. No one wanted to hear him say it wasn't him. No one cared that he'd only come into town to buy oil and barley for his mother. Wrong time. Wrong place. That's all it took. They stripped him of his belt, his shoes, his voice. And now this room. No, this hole, where the air tasted like iron and smoke and old teeth. The kind of place no prayers reached. The kind of place built not for justice, but for forgetting. A voice came from the dark. New meat. Low. Sharp. Not angry, amused. Then a cough. Deep. Wet. From somewhere deeper in the stone. Ellis froze. He hadn't seen anyone when they pushed him in. No window. No torch. Just black. And breathing. Now it multiplied. From the left. Then the right. Shapes in the dark. Some sitting. Some standing. One, scraping something metal against stone, again and again, like a blade being prepared for something it didn't want to do. A whisper came from his left. Closer than it had any right to be. You from the north? Smell like sheep piss. Then laughter. But not like a joke. Like something broken had remembered how to make noise. He backed into the corner, hands to the wall, and felt it. Not stone. Flesh. Slick. Wrong. A patch where someone's hands had scrubbed and still couldn't wash away whatever had happened there. Something that stained more than skin. A groan rose from the far side. Not words. Just sound. The sound a man makes when his ribs don't heal right. When his teeth are gone, but he still dreams about chewing. Ellis didn't cry. Not yet. He'd done that already. In the cart, when they tied his hands, when the sheriff said, "We'll let the judge decide, but the pit's good for soft ones." Soft. He looked down at his hands. Still clean. Still the hands of someone who hadn't learned what real fear tasted like. Not yet. Someone shifted nearby. Then a thud. Something rolled across the floor. Not fast. Like it was being pushed. He heard it stop against his boot. He didn't want to know what it was. He didn't move. The dark moved for him. A sudden clatter. Chain on chain. Someone lurched forward, maybe 2 feet away, maybe 10. No way to tell. But the weight of it made the stone hum. Then, softly, "Don't sleep, sheep boy." That's when the voices come back. Ellis pressed into the corner. The stone behind him was colder than the rest. Drier. It felt older. Like it had seen more than the rest of the room. Or done more. Then the sound started. Not voices. Not at first. Just a wet drip. 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 It didn't stop. Like water leaking through a ceiling. Or blood. He tried not to imagine either. Somewhere above, faint, almost too faint, bells. Church bells. Meant to bring comfort. But down here, they felt wrong. Like a lie told too many times. He closed his eyes. And that's when the humming started. Slow. Off-key. The kind of melody old women sing when they think no one is listening. The kind meant to send children to sleep. Or warn them. Lay thee down where rats don't tread. He didn't know if it was meant for him. Or for whoever stopped humming halfway through. The floor shifted. Something under him moved. He stood. He couldn't hear his own breath anymore. Only theirs. The ones around him. Watching. Or maybe not watching. Just waiting. Like wolves in a field where the wind doesn't move anymore. Then the whisper again. Closer now. Right by his ear. Some of us, we never left. His throat closed. But no one touched him. Not yet. He didn't turn around. Whatever was behind him, whispering, watching, breathing against his ear, he let it stay there. Let it have the dark. He could feel the weight of it, thick as rope around his chest. Every part of him screamed to move, to run, but there was nowhere to go. The stone was a circle. The air was a net. Someone started coughing again. Not far. Harsh, racking, like lungs full of cloth. Then silence. Long pressing. Then, without warning, laughter. Not from one place. From 3. Or 4. A laugh like cracking wood. One like sobbing. One too young to belong here. He whispered to himself. A prayer maybe, or just his mother's name. No one could tell anymore. The floor beneath him shifted again. Not much, but enough. He crouched. His palm touched something. It was soft. Not fabric. Not straw. Something like hair. Long matted. Still attached. He pulled his hand back fast. Too fast. Hit the wall behind him. Something above him moved. He could feel it. Breathing. Not his. Then a hand, or something like a hand, touched his shoulder. Not hard. Not sudden. Just there. Steady. Cold. Not human cold. Not living cold. The kind of cold that knows things. He turned. No one. Just stone. But he knew. He knew what he felt. The voice returned. Same as before. Still warm. You'll learn. And then, as if the darkness blinked, a sharp ring of iron against stone. A door. The heavy clang of the far gate unlocking. Footsteps. Boots. One pair. The prisoners went quiet. Perfectly. Like a habit. Like they'd learned silence the hard way. The boots echoed. Measured. Slow. Whoever it was, they didn't hurry. They wanted to be heard. Ellis stood. Tried to. His legs were shaking. The boot stopped. A key turned. Another door groaned open. Then a voice, dry, with gravel in it. Who wants air? No answer. Then another voice, this one lower, like water under ice. Take the new one. Ellis didn't move. A hand grabbed his arm. Too strong. Not gentle. Not cruel either. Indifferent. He stumbled forward. The stink hit worse now. As if the air outside the cell had forgotten how to be clean. As if everything above the ground was just another version of this hole. He was pulled down a corridor, up slippery steps, past a row of unlit torches. The man holding him didn't speak. Ellis saw only glimpses, rust on stone, cracked wood, streaks of something dark across the floor. Then they stopped. A small room. Torchlight. For the first time in hours or days, he saw his own hands. Still trembling. Still his. The guard, if that's what he was, pointed to the bucket in the corner. Use it. Speak when spoken to. No screaming. You scream, I break your jaw. Ellis nodded. Not because he understood, but because he didn't know what else to do. The man left. The door shut. He was alone again. Different room. Same silence. He sat. Slow. The bench was stone. Everything was. No window. Just one flickering torch and the sound of water dripping somewhere far away. He didn't cry. He didn't sleep. He waited. Time peeled off him like old skin. Eventually, the door creaked. A man entered. Thin. Old. Eyes like river rocks. He carried a roll of parchment. Unrolled it without looking. Name. Ellis spoke. Voice dry. Ellis. Where were you night before last? Home. I swear. Can anyone confirm? No one was, The man didn't wait. He rolled the parchment back up. No trial today, he said. Not enough room at the gallows. Ellis blinked. Gallows? He hadn't been told anything. No charges. No date. No sentence. Just that girl. That alley. Those eyes. He opened his mouth, but the man was already gone. The door closed again. This time, it locked from the outside. He waited. He didn't know for what. Food? Hope? Noise? Something to remind him this wasn't all there was. He lay down. Not because he was tired. Because his body needed to pretend it was okay. He watched the flame. The way it bent. Moved. Flickered against the damp stone. Somewhere, faint voices. Not words. Not this time. Just breathing. Not his.